The establishment of the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency (MVAA) in April of 2007 was to sanitize the process and procedure for motor vehicle administration. Prior to its establishment, vehicle registration and documentation was a major challenge in Lagos State. With over 220 vehicles per kilometer back then, the request to obtain necessary documents as prescribed by law was so huge that the old licensing office could not cope with these demands. This inadequacy provided an opportunity for corruption and gave unpatriotic people the chance to perpetrate fraud by issuing fake documents. To stop this ugly trend and restore the confidence of the public in the process, the transformation of vehicle administration was introduced by the government. These covered the automation of process and procedure for issuing and obtaining vehicle documents. As a result, various electronic products such as AutoReg for vehicle license, Auto Hackney, Auto Insure, Rider's Card and Auto Inspector amongst others were introduced. In the course of discharging its responsibilities, MVAA has developed a robust and reliable database for planning and developmental purposes. It has also pioneered innovations that are being replicated in other states of the Federation, as well in some countries in the West African sub-region. On State on Focus tonight, we beam our searchlight on this agency and how it is being repositioned in line with the vision of Governor Akinwumi Ambode's administration.
In what situation or circumstance did you get to meet MVA when you assumed office?
What I met on ground is highly commendable. A lot of work has been done. We always improve on what is on ground. In terms of plate production, vehicle licenses, our relation with our dealers, it has contributed tremendously to the progress of the agency and Lagos State in general. And it has made Lagos State more friendly when it comes to motor vehicle administration.
Talking about room for improvement.
Yeah.
What's your plan? What's your vision
Yes.
to take this agency to the next level?
To improve on what I met on ground, we have partial automation now. We are going to full automation of administration of a motor vehicle. And we also want to be more friendly with our public. What I mean by this is very simple. Now that with our AutoReg platform, we can easily get information about our customers, I mean the road users, in terms of their plate numbers, how genuine they are, and we're assisting them to do the right thing at the right time. So where we are going is very simple. Once you come in and you give us your data, we have a database too to confirm whether what you are holding is true or not, and also to assist you to do your registration within the limited possible time. So that at the end of the day, we'll be more friendly, we'll be more customer focused. And we want to assure you that anything you get from us is genuine. With this, we're able to help the state government. We're also able to help in terms of revenue generation. We'll also be able to help the populace so that they don't carry fake documents about. Instead of going through the touts, we now have a platform that they can go through and make the business as simple as possible. So what we are saying is that even within your home now, you can book. That's the essence where we are going. We can, with the use of technology, we can get to that level.
You've talked about full automation.
Yeah.
The question is, even the partial automation that you are running at present, how has that impacted on your activities?
It has really helped a lot. Even the partial automation we have now. You know, Lagos State is the pioneer state when it comes to automation in motor vehicle administration. And I can say that we've achieved a lot in terms of registration of vehicles. We have automation in terms of dealers too. We have automation in terms of even insurance, AutoReg. And when you are even paying now, you can pay through your banks. You don't have to carry cash. So these are areas that has really made our job very, very simple and has impacted on our delivery services. So with automation, we have been able, at least our database is very robust. Robust in the sense that anything that happens, we can also easily link it. We can capture. And once you are captured within our database, with our consultant, Codville, and with this office, we are able to at least. But what we are saying is that even with this, there are rooms for improvement.
We know that one of the major areas by which you meet the demands of the people is the numerous service outlets that we have and which are spread across the state. The question, sir, is how many are these outlets, and will you consider them enough to meet the demands of those seeking for your services?
If you look at Lagos State as a mega city with high level, population density, and vis-a-vis the number of vehicles we have, the number of services we have to render, for now we will say we have 89 outlets for both the vehicle registration, for licenses, and then for dealers. But the population is growing. It's growing every day. And for now, we'll say we are fairly all right. But we can, depending on parameters in the future, we can move forward.
Now, how will you describe your working relationship with other agencies, those who collaborate together in the production and issuance of most of these essential vehicle documents?
Well, like you rightly mentioned, Lagos is a state within the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we also have the Federal Road Safety. We also have the Vehicle Inspection Service. Our cooperation is wonderful. In all our stations, we have these officers working together. If it comes to vehicle license, it's a tripartite arrangement where we have the Federal Road Safety, we have the state government, and then that is Mvaa, and then we have the VIS. These organizations are working together to bring a seamless development and approach to motor vehicle administration in Lagos State, including even the police.
There is the unconfirmed allegation that the vehicle number plates, is still being, sold above the recommended price in some of your outlets. What are you doing, sir, to address this development?
I'm glad that you say allegation, not confirmed. Since something is an allegation, maybe there is an element of truth or a bit of false here and there. But I can assure you that we have moved away from the era of shortages. That is, the supply now is in excess of demand. And that means the price is a bit stable. But having said this, we have tried as much as possible to advertise our rates in all our stations. In all our stations, you have a banner there. And we always tell you, go inside. Don't patronize any touts. In all our stations, go inside. Don't patronize any touts. So that you see the rates there, what you are supposed to pay. So it's not a hidden product that we are trying to manage ourselves. No, we have come of age. And our advertisement is ongoing. So that any price you pay, you know is there. And when you have issues, we always put our contact phone number where you have issues with our staff that are not behaving the way you want, or maybe trying to collude the one way that you can always call us, call our contact number. And that is exactly what we have been trying to do. We have tried to make it so open, so transparent. So anything you want, you can always book for it and pay to, not even to individuals now. You now pay through banks and you now pay through your POS.
You led me to the next question, which is the issue of elevation of touting, in your activities. Yes. We know that it is one of the major challenge associated with issuance of all these major vehicle documents, especially in the recent past. The question, sir, is have you been able to eliminate touting?
No, you will not use the word elimination. You will use the word, have you been able to reduce significantly? Okay. Because when you reduce today, something will come up tomorrow. But in terms of that, we've been able to achieve a lot through our automation procedure. We don't have to go through any tout now before you can get your driver's license. Your plate number, you don't have to go through any tout before you can get your plate number. You don't have to go through any tout before you can achieve some of our services. And what we normally have our meetings together, that we want to make it very, very simple to all our customers to access us. The full automation we are talking about is even online, maybe later. That is where we are actually driving. But to access any of our stations, and maybe you want a driver's license, we have procedures well spelled out. The process you have to pass through. And these processes are so open and transparent. And the services we have to render, the services the Federal Road Safety will have to render, the service our VIS will have to render are all spelled out. And it's only when you want to cut corners that you pass through any taps. And it's only when you pass through taps. And now that people now realize that it's even easier for them to go to the main centers. Now we have a one-stop center as already. Even if you are the most sophisticated applicant, we have a place for you where you can sit down and do all your transactions under 10 to 20 minutes and get over all these things, including having your have relationship with Federal Road Service Safety, and then including having relationship with our VIS. And in other words, we are making our commerce kink. The issue of coming to getting driver's license should not be something that you relate with touts. You can relate with us because we see you as somebody very, very important. And mind you, those securities, those things you are holding are security apparatus. We can't afford to give our driver's license to killers. Now, can we afford to give our plate number to anybody that is dubious? So we are appealing to people out there to come and do the need, instead of sending people that you cannot vote on and say this is, because at the end of the day, if you are given a fake plate number, if you are given a fake driver's license, you still have to go through that experience because you'll be caught. And law is no respecter of anybody.
Let's look at a situation in which it is almost impossible, for a client to come directly for your service, to access your services. So what, for instance, maybe a company wants to register about 100 cars or vehicles in its fleet and all that. The question I'm trying to drive home is that what's the idea behind your client representative scheme?
We realize that we have two worlds. We have a world that has a lot of legitimacy, that has the laws and regulations, and we have people there that want to eat from this product we are selling. We now realize that it's very important that we work together in one way or the other. Those of them that we can work with. In other words, our client representative concept is to work with those people outside there that will pass through our laws and regulations. And anybody that pass through this, and we can affirm that he can do some of these jobs, then we'll give him that license. In other words, if you want to be a client representative, you have to have minimum education background at this school set. You have to pass through the SSS for security screening. You have to make sure that you are registered. And all this just to be sure that people will always go through some of these people. But we don't want touting in any form. But we want people we can hold on to if anything happens. Say, this company passed through you. And these are the things you have done. And that at the end of the day, because it's not automatic, it could be withdrawn. And if you misbehave, And we want to make sure that we have information about you. Because whether we like it or not, people will still go through to third party to access our. So we are saying, even if you are going through that third party, let it be a third party that we also recognize by law.
We are going to, this aspect of the question, which has to do with the auto dealers and auto paper dealers.
Okay.
The question what we ask is that, why do you need to register it?
People don't realize that society is for everybody. And in doing your business, you have to do within the law and regulation. So if you are selling a car, a dealer must be registered so that we'll be able to at least know this particular vehicle passed through or this spare parts passed through this organization. So if you are selling fake, it will be very easy for us to pinpoint you and say you sold a particular vehicle at this particular price or at this particular time, and maybe it was traced to be a stolen vehicle. So all dealers, we encourage them to come in, so that this is a way of telling people that whether you like it or not, you have to do business within the law. Just imagine it's a free-for-all market, and we have stolen vehicles from any part of the country coming to Lagos. So Lagos State has done very well in that respect, because once you are a dealer, we must know you, we must know your shop, we must know some security teams about what you are doing, and what you are selling to is not fake. It's not fake. Even if it's spare parts, we want to be sure that what you are selling is something. Once you are reported, we'll be able to trace you. That is the essence. So, and you have to appreciate one thing, that everything has to do with security. So, apart from physical accident or damages, if you are a dealer and you are selling a stolen vehicle, we should be able to trace you. That's our major concern. We should be able to know, because everybody has to contribute in one way or the other to the development of Lagos State and Nigeria in general. And we don't want a situation to turn our state into the heaven of criminals. So all dealers are hereby encouraged to register with us. And at the end of the day, we also make sure that we allow them to do their businesses within the purview of the law.
Talking about your database and all these documents, all these data that you obtain from people that patronize your documents, go into this database that you said is a
robust
database. How secure is this database? Knowing fully well that some people will almost possibly have the intention of hacking into it.
Yes, we know, but it's highly secured. Highly secured and being automated. You see, we have to work with high level of automation from the Ministry of Science and Tech. We have a Codeville, platform which we use. And thank God, up till now, we've not had any serious, because it's something we work on every now and then. We make sure that, because that's what we are selling. We want to be sure that any information you have is genuine. You see, through our autoreg, if I use my phone now, I should be able to tell you whether that paper you are holding is genuine or not. So once you tell you it's not genuine, then it means what we have given you, or maybe your touter has given you, is 419. So whether you like it or not, you have to pay, and you have to pass through the law. So for now, we've not had any serious challenge with our automation.
What do you say are the challenges or the challenge that the agency is being faced with in the course of its day-to-day operations?
Our challenges are just the normal business challenges. When you are bringing something new to somebody, generally people will not want to cooperate. So when they buy a car, they don't want to have a plate number until they are caught. So these are the challenges. The challenge is that people generally will not want to obey the law. And that is just and they want to cut corners. So what we're saying is that we are making our system so simple and very efficient that you don't even have to go through the other side. Our prices are, and we want to make sure that whoever is paying, pay the right price, pay through the right channel, and pay through the our e-platform is very robust, and you can, with technology now, you can easily get your receipt right there. So once you're able to cooperate, but my appeal to people is that let them spare time, at least, to know that it's not good to go through the sharp corners, because at the end of the day, it will bring them a lot of inconveniences. It will bring them a lot of things they will not like, because that 20 minutes they have saved may give them additional 10 hours of trying to explain to people you are not supposed to. And that's why we are appealing to everybody outside there. We have 89 stations functioning with a lot of staff, with our FRSC, with everybody. So go there and do your registration and do the licensing. Buy your plates at the registered stations instead of going through the third party. And what you must do, go through the accredited customer representative.
Personally, I would say it's been some time that I saw adverts, publicity relating to what people can do, how people can go about it as far as Mvaa and Twitter is concerned.
That's exactly where we are going now. We want to tell people more about what we do. It's just like selling any other product. We see our products as a prime product that we should tell, like any other soft drink. I don't want to mention any name. If you do this, you get it. You do this, you get it. So that we are telling people, and even the list of, very soon we are coming up with so many adverts. But that does not mean they have not been doing in the past. It's only that emphasis is now going to be on bridging the gap, information gap between us and the public.
Finally, sir, what's a parting word for people out there, especially as regards the benefit of taking advantage of the services? Yeah.
My parting word is very simple. I want to thank them first. They are the people that believe in us. They've been able to appreciate our position, and they've been able to work with us. My parting word is that we appeal to them to do more of that, to patronize our stations, to go there and do the needful, to stop patronizing touts, because we cannot run away from people that will pretend to be better than us, whereas at the end of the day, they are going to swindle them. We want to tell them that if there are issues, they should be kind enough to let us know, on time, so that we can come and we don't want to be seen here and there. I mean, the gap should not be too much. We want to have robust relationship with them and to tell them that as a state of excellence, that is Lagos State, we also want to be excellence in our services. That is our partner word, to believe in us.